Hey everyone, have you been hunting for a NAS that actually keeps up with your growing media library, backups, and maybe even a little home server work without breaking the bank? I know I was, and after weeks of digging through specs and real-world tests, I landed on the Qnap TS-855X-8G. If you're interested in checking out this product on Amazon, the link is in the description. So what makes this 8-bay beast stand out? First off, the Intel Atom C5125 8-core processor is no slouch. It's not some underpowered chip you'd expect in a budget NAS, it actually handles multiple 4K streams, plex transcoding, and even light virtualization without fans spinning up like a jet engine. I was impressed to see how well it handled my workload, which includes a mix of media streaming, file transfers, and some light virtualization for testing purposes. I've got 4 10TB drives in RAID 5 right now, and the system stays cool and quiet even when I'm running a full backup of my editing rig plus a couple of Docker containers in the background. The fact that it can handle all of this without breaking a sweat is a testament to the power and efficiency of the CPU. One of the things that really sold me on this NAS was its storage flexibility. You get 6 3.5-inch bays for regular HDDs or SSDs, plus 2 dedicated 2.5-inch slots if you want fast cache drives or a small NVMe tier. I tossed a pair of 2 TB Samsung 870 QVOs in there as read cache, and the difference in file transfers is noticeable, especially when I'm moving large video projects around. The cache drives have made a huge difference in my workflow, allowing me to quickly access and transfer files without having to wait for the slower HDDs to spin up. Plus, the unit supports up to 128 GB of DDR4 ACC RAM if you ever need to push it further down the road. While the RAM is not included, it's nice to know that I have the option to upgrade if I need to. Networking is where this NAS really shines. You've got a single 10 base T port that can drop straight into a 10G switch or even a 2.5G adapter on your desktop, plus 2 2.5G ports for teaming or separate VLANs. I run a 2.5G connection to my main PC and a 1G link to my older laptop, and both max out their bandwidth without any bottlenecks. If you're still on Gigabit, this thing will future-proof your setup for years. I was a bit skeptical about the need for 10G networking, but after experiencing the speed and reliability it provides, I can see why it's becoming a standard feature in high-end NAS devices. Software-wise, Qnap's QTS 5.1 is polished and intuitive. The web interface loads fast, the App Store has everything from Plex to Nextcloud, and the built-in backup tools actually work. I set up a one-click time machine target for my MacBook, automated weekly backups for my family photos, and even mirrored a few critical folders to Backblaze B2, all without touching a terminal. The mobile app is solid too. I can stream 4K videos from the NAS to my phone on the couch or check camera footage from my Ring doorbell without waking up the server. The software is also highly customizable, allowing me to set up user accounts, shared folders, and access controls with ease. Quiet operation is something I didn't realize I'd care about until I lived with it. The fans ramp up only under heavy load, and even then they're barely louder than a fridge hum. I keep mine in my office closet and you'd never know it's running unless you touch the case. This is a big deal for me, as I work from home and need a quiet environment to focus. The NAS has been a silent companion, allowing me to work without distractions. Let me talk pros and cons quickly. On the plus side, the 10G networking and 8-core CPU give you serious headroom for years, the build quality feels solid, and the software ecosystem is mature. The NAS is also highly expandable, with plenty of room to add more drives, RAM, and even PCIe cards if needed. On the downside, the power supply is external, so you'll need an extra brick if you ever swap locations, and the initial setup can feel a little overwhelming if you're new to NAS boxes. Also, while the unit supports ECC RAM, you have to buy it separately, which adds to the cost if you want that extra reliability. However, I think these minor drawbacks are outweighed by the numerous benefits this NAS provides. In terms of reliability, I've been running the NAS for a few months now, and it's been rock solid. All in all, if you need a capable, expandable NAS that won't scream at you or melt your wallet, the Qnap TS-855X-8G is a solid pick. I've been thoroughly impressed with its performance, features, and reliability, and I think it's a great option for anyone looking for a high-end NAS. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to check out the Qnap TS-855X-8G using the link below.